Hello again and welcome. Recently I was using this analog meter as part of a vibration test. And see how the needle kind of sticks now. So there was a member out on the EV blog site that had posted about their first meter that they had ever blown up. And it happened to be a Microna, I think, analog meter. Anyway, they were explaining how they had the meter in, I think, the 15 volt scale or something, and they had applied 250 volts or something to it, and it caused a lot of sparks and such coming out of the meter. I thought what we'd do is just try to replicate this test. So I've got my big power supply out. I can put out 1000 volts DC, quite a bit of current. These are just some adapters I made up. So you can see it's unshielded on the one side. These just seem to fit a lot better than what this does. I don't want to damage my connectors, so there we go. Just place it on DC 1000 volts. Of course, this meter can read 1000 volts DC without any problem, so I'm not going to be using my attenuator. Let's go ahead and turn on our power supply. And let me go ahead and enable it. You can see we're putting out roughly 23 volts. That's not enough to unstick our meter. Let's just try it in the 50 volt setting. You can see the meter just starts to deflect. Let's put it on the 10 volt scale. You can see it won't quite reach 10 volts, and that's with 23 volts applied. So again, let's leave it on the 10 volt scale. And let me just go ahead and increase our voltage. Alright, this is the limit of my power supply, so just shy of 1000 volts. And again, you can see the analog meter really didn't move at all. What I'm going to do is select the 10 volt range, and then we're going to apply the 1000 volts to the meter. Let's just see what happens. If you go back and watch the video where I first purchased this meter, I did make some modifications to it to try to get it to survive my transient generator. I also made some other changes to it to try to improve it functionally. In its original condition, I'd expect it to behave a little differently than what we're going to see here. So I've got the high-speed camera all set up. Let's just see what happens. Well, that was pretty uneventful. Let's just try it in the 2.5 volt setting. Again, no effect. This will be in the 0.5 volt setting. Let's try giving it a second pulse. It definitely smells. Let's just try it in our 50 microamp setting. We'll try it in resistance. This is in the 1x mode. This will be the 10x mode. This will be the 100x mode. Let's just try it on the 10K scale. I'm surprised the meter is able to handle that. You can see some of the damage, but unfortunately I haven't been able to recreate their childhood memories. I think what they had seen was the actual meter works on their meter had melted. You can see I've snipped out the circuit board. So essentially what I'm going to do is bypass everything, and I'm going to solder the meter works directly to the input jacks. So now you can see the mechanical meter is tied directly to the inputs. Let's just go ahead and reattach our cover. So rather than to use the high voltage low current power supply, I'm going to attach this to my other bench power supply. This is going to be roughly 6 amps at 24 volts. Alright, let's see what happens. Looks like nothing. The meter's just fine. Let's just have a look. Oh yeah, 2K. No wonder it didn't do anything. I think we have a fix for that though. Alright, so one more attempt here. Basically, I have the AC line coming off the house, coming up to this zip cord, and those connectors are basically tied straight to our meter works. Hopefully here we can recreate his childhood memory. It looks like we did her in. See some flash marks up on the top, and of course there's some discoloration in the back side of the cover. Oh yeah, there's definitely some burn marks in there now. Well, there you go. That's going to be it for this meter. This thing will go ahead and get recycled. So for the person that was looking at buying their childhood meter just to try to replicate their test, hopefully this video satisfies your desires to do that. Well, all for now, until the next video. Later.